Alright guys, as e dey hot na so I dey carry am come. Rufai don come out with ogbonge message concerning the alleged leaked audio of Mr. Peter Obi and the Bishop Oyedepo. APC and their propaganda will not work on Nigerians at all. They are just looking for a way to discredit Peter Obi. APC initiated tribalism and religious war during the campaign. Peter Obi is masses' choice. Go and verify. Guys, watch this video and don't forget to share your thought with us.
A couple of things. And like you said, rightly, a reaction to the message, because this went viral over the weekend, there were many reactions. The APC was, fighting and saying, yes, this is it, pushing the religious agenda and all of that. The Labour Party reacted to it. There's been, I think, 3 reactions. The first reaction was from Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo, that said that was taken out of context. The second reaction was from Adebo Onifade. Onifade that talked about the fact that, yes, this was, put together and all of that, doctor to suit a narrative, then this reaction we have. So there's been different reactions as regards this. But a couple of questions we should ask. Number one, people's conversations being monitored, being taken, being put out there. There are laws of the land, and as enshrined in the Constitution. Dr. Batiyah, the lawyer, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Section 37 of Nigeria Constitution talks about right to privacy, if my memory serves me right. And the fact that people have a right to be able to make their private conversations. So people taking those conversations, what does the Nigerian Communication Commission know about all of this? How did the access go to be able to take these conversations? Let's ask those questions. Also, the tape itself. We need to be able to subject it to empirical forensics, forensic that is holistic, that talks about, voice distortion, that talks about also possibilities of deep fakes and things like that. Although some media group has taken it through that and they saw that there were not too much deep fakes in it, but were the conversations distorted? What was the extent to which it was doctored? What was the bare raw file analysis of the conversation? These are questions we should ask. Leading up to the last election, there was a big talk about religion that was occasioned by the Muslim ticket of the APC. And since then, there was a lot of back and forth. Yes, it is not right for leaders to pitch along religious things because, yes, every politician uses the sentiment of religion and ethnic bias. But the truth is, it doesn't make it right. For us to be able to build a country, we need to build a country of holistic competence and speak more about what our leaders can do for us and the capacity they have to be able to execute the things they have written in their manifesto. Because when you look, all of us that bicker about religion and bias and ethnic bias in politics, we forget that poverty does not know tribe. Poverty does not select and say, oh, you are an Hausa man. Because you're an Hausa man, I will not come your way. You are a Yoruba man. Because you're a Yoruba man, or you're a Christian or Muslim, I will not come your way. Poverty is as a result of bad leadership. Darren Osamoglu wrote in his book, Why Nations Fail. He said nations fail because their leaders make them fail. Pure and simple. The failure of Nigeria is a reflection of leadership. What is poverty? Lack. What causes lack? Unequitable distribution of resource. The clear analogy is some have food they cannot eat. Some can eat but have no food. Some can eat but they have no food. But some have food. And that's the clear problem of poverty. So those are the things that bind all of us. Nigeria has become a country where the vast population is united in poverty. The bigger conversation, rather than the ethnic and the religious bickering, is the conversation about how we can remove poverty from our lives. Because it's actually empirically proven you can bring people out of poverty when you do the right things as regards governance. So I think that's the bulk of the conversation. And going forward, we would like to talk to political surrogates and spokespersons. It is not time to overheat the polity. Because in all of this, we've also had very, very tough incendiary statements here and there, and all sorts of political spin going on. And the political spin will involve deepfakes. So when people started talking about deepfakes, I wasn't surprised because I remember on this same table, on What's Trending, I told Oji that deepfakes will herald our political process. I was proven right. They will use all sorts of means to get an advantage. But the question is, does it take away the pain and suffering of what is happening to Nigerians? So those are the things we should look. We are all united one way or the other in poverty. We are all united in the effect of inflation, both rich and poor.